Karen Huger, season 9 of The Real Housewives of Potomac is here.
Yes, it is.
Starting in a place you probably didn't want it to start.
Karen told me you are not Potomac.
Is it Potomac to be a drunk, crash your car into trees?
I am so sorry you heard the crash. I could have died.
Or taken the life of someone else.
You pick up cameras about a month after a moment for you, a car crash DUI. How are you feeling going back into filming, knowing that people were gonna wanna talk about that, you were gonna have to answer questions about it? What was your headspace?
Well, first of all, I came from a place of gratitude. One, I was glad no one was hurt. No one else was hurt. No one else was involved. And two, I was grateful to be alive. And I still am in that place of gratitude. So that's how I carry it. And the questioning, that's normal. That's human behavior. And especially for RHOP, I expect nothing less.
Yeah, we've seen press conferences, we've
You
handled...
might see another one this season.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
We've handled questioning in the past. The women seemingly wanted to rally around you, but some of their questioning maybe makes you think twice that they have your back.
Well, let's talk about that. I think human behavior really shows itself this season on RHOP, and I think the viewers will appreciate that because I certainly handle it because, of course, I can't talk about it. It's still being adjudicated. And I couldn't talk about it then, but I expected my friends to rally around me, and many did. Quite a few did not.
Who were those who did not? Who disappointed you?
You know, I'm never disappointed because I serve a mighty God. Okay, let's be very clear. In friendships, women. So I sort of expected some of that one person to do that, and I wasn't disappointed, but I'll tell you who I was impressed with. Jassi, for a moment. She showed true and true.
What is going on with that? Because you're going to court at some point, or did you go to court? You can read.
No, I'm
Just
saying.
stop. You know better. I will talk about it when I can.
Okay, fine.
Well, she's a little messy about it too, but I'd rather think, you know, hey, I'll take her first approach, which was concern for me. And I really, really appreciated that, and I'm so grateful.
All right, so you won't name the person who didn't step up for you, but you will give
Well, I didn't
Gizelle-
say it was just one.
You said one person just a second ago.
Oh, maybe a couple.
Okay.
But to each his own. I mean, I think some people love misery, and they're miserable and they want company. So if they perceive someone else in the group is having a hard time, they are going to take it and run with it. So, and I handled that accordingly.
Driving while impaired by alcohol. This is what you're defending.
Can you share at all what happened the night of the incident?
Unfortunately, I can't because, again, it's an ongoing case.
Do you have the light at the end of the tunnel when everything is going to be resolved and you can kind of move into this next chapter and not have it hanging over you?
You know, I don't think it's ever going to hang over my head. You know, I've always been the type of person that brought my truth to the show. So this is part of my truth, but what you'll get is the author of the truth, which is me, not anybody else. And, you know, just wait and see. We'll have to wait.
What is maybe the life lesson you're walking away from walking through this?
To live each day in gratitude. I'm extremely grateful to be here. It didn't have to work out that way. And I'm so grateful no one else was hurt.
It does come up in the premiere that this is not your first run-in with the law in this way. How do you feel about that being a conversation? And what do you say to people who might question your drinking and alcohol use?
Well, I'll say this. I can't answer that because that would prejudice my case. But I don't expect anyone not to. I've always owned who I was. So my past is not, it's not news.
You weren't hiding it.
I was never hiding it, nor will I hide anything. I will own everything that is me, good, bad, and indifference, and I'll still rise because life happens, and life be lifing. And I live in gratitude with that.
Have you reevaluated your relationship with alcohol?
You know what? I can't speak to that either. When I can, Brice, you'll be the first one that I speak to. I think I would say to you, I'd caution you that I've not spoken. So don't judge until I've spoken.
In the premiere, Jacqueline makes a comment that you have a habit of tipsy phone calling and maybe don't remember these conversations. What's your response to that?
Who's Jacqueline?
Okay. So that might clue in that initial people who didn't show
And
up
that'll
for
be
you.
resolved this season. You'll see. Stay tuned.
You also say in the premiere that you realized you were not taking care of yourself.
Right.
I never really took care of me.
You know what's so crazy about, not crazy, but like, you look like you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What did you mean by that? Because as Gizelle points out, you always look like you're taking care of yourself.
I think we as women, especially black women, we soldier, we take care of the family, we push through, but we all have a point where we have to take accountability of self. And I realized that, hey, I wasn't taking care of Karen, I was taking care of everyone else. So stay tuned for that. That's a really powerful moment of understanding and reckoning with self. And from that is personal growth, and I love growing. Even through the bad, I love growing.
What maybe changes or growth have you made since kind of reconciling with that realization?
I think for me, it's self-love. It taught me self-love. I certainly have always thought I loved myself, but you gotta go deeper than the physical. You gotta go inward. And I went inward and I searched, and I'm very happy that I did.
Silver lining kind of moment.
It always is in life, even through the bad. And I encourage everyone, anyone with a similar situation, there's always a silver lining, and there's a lesson to be learned, even when people are judging you and they have no idea what they're talking about. Don't get caught up in that. Living your truth. And that's what I did.
There's also this vague comment thrown out there that there's a lot going on with her and Ray, or with Ray specifically. Shine a light on that for me. What is going on? Is the institution okay?
Ray and I are always going to be real with the viewers. There are good days and there are bad days, and we work it out this season. And I think that's why our institution survives. We're not pretentious. We're not inflating it, and we're not deflating it. It is what it is. And I love him, and he loves me.
All right, the Black Bill Gates is still #1.
He hates that, and you know that, Brice. And yeah, Ray is always going to be my #1 human being, absolutely, and best friend and husband.
Let's talk about some of these other people. We walk into this season, and there's a little bit of a shakeup. No Robyn, no Candiace, no NeNe. How did it shake up the dynamics not having those three around?
Well, of course I miss the girls that I've been with for all those years, but I'm always open to new beginnings. And the new girls, I'll say they're special. They're really special, Brice. Yeah.
Of the trio I mentioned, is there anyone you miss in particular that you needed their presence this year and you didn't have it?
It's not so much, I'll say this, Candiace is still there for me. We have a relationship outside of the show. I have not heard from Robyn, but I miss Robyn. I like sparring with her intellectually and you know, calling her Robert, and I miss that. And you know, her acting like it doesn't matter, but you know, it really does to her. And so those things, I'm very fond of Robyn, even though we tag very hard.
How did Robyn's exit shake up how Gizelle operated?
I don't know that, I'm sure Gizelle misses Robyn, that's her friend. But Giselle's a lone wolf anyway, you know? She's gonna be fine, and plus she has me, her best frenemy.
I was gonna say, you're not setting yourself up to be the other green-eyed bandit.
Absolutely not, no. Gizelle and I this season, you know, we're pleasant. And I think the viewers will enjoy that, but I don't expect it to last because we're frenemies.
Okay.
That's what we do best.
Cyclical.
It is cyclical, but we're in a great season, a great place right
Well,
now.
I loved, I think Emmy's night, you were out and about, ran into NeNe Leakes, and you're like, I love her.
Oh, I love
And NeNe told you, beat her up for me.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I have no idea why NeNe wants me to beat Jassi up. I think that's personal. They need to take it up. But that night was very special to me because, as you mentioned prior, I'm facing a lot, but I've never been so loved by the viewers and recognized for my businesses and my accomplishments in the face of adversity. This is the second award LaDame has received, and I'm so grateful for the love and support of the fans.
We've got a bevy of newbies, you mentioned.
Yes.
Kierna snagged a flute.
Yes, she did.
Then we meet Stacy and Jassi. Who fit in the best of that trio?
Well, Kierna always was there. She was the fit. That was last year. She's not a newbie. She's a friend that elevated.
Yes.
Between Jassi and Stacy, I think you got to tune in. I can't call that one.
Did either of them have a harder time acclimating to the group?
I think getting to know us, especially you're still dealing with vets. We're cemented. I mean, you have Gizelle, me, Ashley. We're still there and pushing and pulling. So where are you going to fit in as a newbie? That's a hard place to. I don't envy them because we're not giving up our seat at the table.
Right.
So, but they do. They're special. They bring their own specialty.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of them.
They earned their seats at the table.
They did.
Okay. Stacy, how would you describe her approach to this group?
I think her approach is fair weather.
I have someone in my life, but we are not intimate. Stacy girl, you okay?
What the is going on?
I've heard her compared to Mary Cosby and Katie Ross.
Yes. I think you got a good.
That's accurate?
Then she's a little bit of Stacy on top of all that.
Okay.
So I don't dislike Stacy, but she's fair weather.
There's a claim she makes in the trailer, a comment you allegedly made calling Wendy self-absorbed.
Karen made it very clear Wendy was self-absorbed.
What?
I have always held you down.
Off and on camera.
I would have respected that from you.
Stacy's taking a swing like most neophytes, and she took a swing at the right person.
Okay. But it does seem, whether related or not, you and Wendy hit some sort of patch this year. Why?
I don't think it's insurmountable. I think it's typical of women's friendship. And I love Wendy. I hope Wendy still loves me. And there will be moments in real relationships that have a patch. And I think we're strong enough to overcome that.
Okay. But right now, as the season's about to air, where do you stand with Wendy?
I'm okay with Wendy.
Okay.
Did you see where I was at with Wendy? I'm good.
Well, we've got a lot of season to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. What are you most looking forward to getting to relive or have the audience see?
Wow. I really love the vacations this year. They're fun. I mean, I actually bring it more than I thought I would. Something possessed me this season when the girls came for me. I think once you pass triple 20, you don't have tolerance for ignorance, and you're going to swing. I swing with evidence and accuracy. So I consider it a win this season. I had a good time.
Who needed some grand dame education the most this season?
Mia.
There was so
I think
much.
she's in love with what she thinks is.
Oh, okay.
But I wish her well.
When you hold grudges, it's gonna make you a bitter old bitch.
Are you talking about Karen?
Is there, on the flip side, anything you're dreading? Is it kind of what's going to be at the beginning of the season might be the toughest?
No, I don't dread, let's be specific, I don't dread my life. I'm so grateful. I have a fantastic life, and I'm blessed to be here. So I'm grateful, and I can't wait to share it with the viewers because that's my reality. That's what I do. The good, the bad, the ups, the downs. I'm relatable. I'm real. So that works for me.
I have heard that there's like a whiplash-inducing shock out of nowhere, no one's gonna see it coming, something between two women this season that hasn't been teased at all in anything we've seen. Is that true?
Always. Yes, it's true.
Give me a little something of who do we need to pray for, Karen?
I don't think that prayer is going to help.
Okay.
I think we have to just let it go and let it be and let it run its course. It is what it is. Some things you can make up and get, there's no relationship for me personally that I won't get over, and move on because that's what I do. I move on. I don't roll in your comments today, tomorrow. Bring me something new. You just want my light shining on you. I get it. You need me to talk to you. I got you. Just 1 minute though. 1 minute of shine. And bye-bye.
And then it's back to me.
And bye-bye. And back to me.
There is a new shine on the show. There's a new look to the intro.
It really is.
When you saw the kind of garden party-ified intro, what did you think?
Yes. Well, I really loved it. A lot of the fans didn't appreciate my outfit, but to me, my outfit was the Matrix. I was a female Matrix. Because that's what I was in. I was like in a time warp, dealing with the comments coming left and right. So yeah, I was channeling the Matrix, and I actually loved it. The Matrix strength, and then flowers. So me.
Everyone seems to have taken a note from you and gone blonde this year.
Interesting, right?
What do you make of that?
Not everyone's meant to be a blonde, darling. And it takes years. You just don't slap a wig on your head and say, I'm a blonde today, and your blonde doesn't match you. That, obviously, we'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
I mean, Stephen and I, it took us 2 years to come up with this blonde before I revealed it to you all. And now it's selling like hotcakes on the RPG show.
Is anybody wearing yours?
Oh, this season?
Yeah. On the
Oh,
cast.
no, it's synthetic.
Okay. You want to send some PR packages their way? They got to pull.
They gotta pay
full
for
freight.
it. Just RPG show, LaDon Wigs. Go there and get the real thing.
And tune in October 6th.
Please
for the season
tune in
premiere.
October 6th at 8 p.m. for
Every
the season
Sunday.
premiere. Every Sunday.